Hello everybody and welcome for another wonderful round here at TRACKILICIOUS. We are having a track-tastic day. This time we're going to be racing at Oulton Park for this epic West Coast Wednesday. So come on down and let's take a look at the calendar before we get to the qualifying session. The drivers have already gotten going and setting some pretty hot stinking laps. It is a night race, so let's get right into the action fast and in a hurry. GT4 Rookies and Open run on Mondays. That starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Those are going to be back-to-back races in the same category for each driver. Same event for different categories of drivers per event. Obviously, the rookies race on rookies, the open racing on open, and the professionals being there with some pro-ams mixed in the mix. On Tuesday nights and Thursday nights, we have iRacing, GT4, and NASCAR Truck Series, respectively, and then the GT3 West Coast Wednesday Championship is at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we are going to be at Oulton Park this week and Coda next week, following up with the Nürburgring, Paul Ricard, Zandvoort. The GT3 Championship is on Sundays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This week, we're going to be at Kyalami. Special events coming up. We've got Spooky Suzuki on October 30th with a livery contest, Sun Sprint at Zandvoort on November 3rd, and November 6th, we're going to have a flooded Silverstone race. Well, any further ado, let's go ahead and get into the race session right away. Drivers are already setting pretty stonking laps, if I do say so myself. We're seeing some 32s out there. Dink Donk. I believe that's a new member to this championship, running 32.1s. 33.1s for Max Power, 33.3 for Ricardo Rivera, who's seemingly left in the dust right here in this midnight hour. Kyle Hirsch, and we got Cryothios, Alex Freeman, Kay Moss, Neil Kerbel, Potts Weaver, Curtis Rustin. There's your top 10. Let's go on board with Dink Donk to see how he's able to produce such a phenomenal lap. Coming around the final couple of corners right now. He's coming through Druids and pushing all the way out to the track limits there, almost dipping a wheel off into the dirt and then slowing down here for the Lodge corner. And there's a slight kink here in the corner. This is the Deer Leap corner. And now we're going to go ahead and cross the start-finish line as he sets a personal best of 32.0 and sets him up for the Old Hall corner. Doing pretty well right now as he navigates this corner, and he's got a car in front of him right now, but that's not slowing him down as he gets to Cascades. Long left-hander, late trail braking, coming through Lakeside and the Island Bend. It's pretty much going to be flat out here, potentially a slight lift. There it is, and a downshift to boot, and then this sets you up for the Shell's Oil corner. Shell's Oil corner spits you out into Britain's, and then there's a chicane here that you're going to have to navigate. That's pretty steep. It counts as 3 corners, but it's really just one long chicane. And then coming through Hilltop and Hillslop. And this right-hander is going to be called Knickerbrook. And in case you're wondering why it's called Knickerbrook, go ahead and request the fun fact and I'll give it to you. Just like X, go and give it to you. And it looks like he's backing out of this one pretty sternly, as you can see 2 cars ahead catching up to each other and getting involved in a little bit of a kerfuffle. And coming around Druids and the Lodge's corner one more time, he's going to wrap up this qualifying session in just about 2 minutes time. Taking a look at everybody else out here right now, Cryothios with his 33.2 in the number 81 McLaren for Odyssey Esports, the Cryo car. He's doing all right, chasing down Max Power, who's just in front of him in the, I believe that's the Deadpool livery. Potts Weaver gets to the line. Is he able to improve anything? No, that last lap was a 34.6, not beating his best of a 34.4 flat. Kyle Hirsch having an off. Aaron John also having an off. Both of them stopped out on track right now. Hirsch pulling into the pits. Kelly from FNM going a little bit slowly, and there's why. He's rolling backwards around the old hairpin, Shell's oil hairpin. And he's there off the racing line. 1 minute left in this qualifying session. Patrick Dubois is rolling out right now, but I don't think he's going to be able to get another banger in. I think this is going to be all she wrote for the drivers so far. Dink Donk leads Ricardo Rivera, Max Power, Crauthios, K. Moss, Neil Kerbel, Kyle Hirsch, Alex Freeman, Mason Perachowski, and Potts Weaver. Phil Crauthios having an incident there at Druids, it looks like, and stopped his car. And that'll be the end of his qualifying session for now. Justin Brackett, we're going to see a lot of offs tonight, I can only imagine. This is going to be pretty exciting for all the drivers out here tonight. The only thing to light up this Oulton Park circuit, an old World War II staging ground, is really going to be the drivers' headlights. And of course, the wonderful moon in the sky. Hopefully there aren't any flies chasing after this moon tonight. I'm keeping my eyes peeled just in case. Thank you very much for being here, Jaeger Caro. Appreciate it. Hopefully everybody enjoyed Syntho Drive tonight. And that'll be it for the qualifying session. Dink Donk, Max Power, Ricardo Rivera, Crauthios, Alex Freeman, K. Moss, Neil Kerbel, Mason Perachowski, Kyle Hirsch, Potts Weaver, and Darren Wicks is doing a little bit better than his last lap around. He had a couple tenths in the bag, but lost it there at the chicane. Trying to improve. The green light racing car should be able to improve. That Porsche being awfully squirrely here, it should be able to pull away and use the maximum of its ability in the twisty bits, as well as these short straights that are available for the Porsche to finally stretch its legs on. Of course, you won't be out pulled by anything like a Lexus, BMW, or a big old drift there for Darren Wicks. And he gets a tank slapper into the wall. What's going on, Adam Strange? How are you doing, my friend? Thank you very much for being here tonight. I've got fun facts ready for you, Adam Strange. I'm so ready for you tonight. More ready than I've ever been. I came prepared. Facts about stuff. Facts about the track. Adam Strange requested a fun fact. Here we go, folks. Here we go. Knickerbrook. Why is it called Knickerbrook? The corner is... Oh, fun fact about snowmen. Come on now. Come on now, son. Gonna do me dirty like that? Let's go back to the studio real quick as we wait for the drivers to get going. We'll get you a fun fact about snowmen. That's what you really want. Fun fact about snowmen. I was thinking about track-related fun facts. Did you know that the world's largest snowman was built in Bethel, Maine in 2008? It was 122 feet tall and named Olympia. The giant snowman even had a car for a nose and used a tree for its hat. Gotta keep me on my toes. Gotta keep me on my toes, Adam Strange. Gotta keep me honest. Let's see if we can get back to the live screen. And let's get this driver rundown taken care of. First to last, here we go. We got Dink Donk in first place right now, followed by Max Power in P2. In P3, we've got Ricardo Rivera. In fourth, we've got Crauthios. Alex Freeman is in P5. Curtis Moss, K. Moss himself, for Mossive Motorsports, is going to be in P6 from Jamaica. Vault Tech livery for Neil Kerbel in the number in 7th place. Dunkin' Donuts, that'll be Mason Pirochowski. Kyle Hirsch from the Dive Bombers in the number 21. The number 13 going out to Potts Weaver with the gold, blue, and pink livery. Darren Wicks in P11 in the number 46 for Greenlight Racing. Curtis Rustin for Derived Motorsports in 12th position. Anthony Kelly from FNM in 13th position in 7th place. Eric Gagosian, Rising Suns livery in 14th. Professor Kenotis for Holistic Racing in 15th. Justin Brackett is in 16th. Philip Suazo is in Rematch Racing's number 213. Patrick DeBow in the number 87 is in 18th position. Then we got Aaron John in 19th position for the 256 from India. Tevik Kamburov is going to be in the Porsche in 20th position. Boogie Watt in 21st position. And then we've got Jaeger Karu in the number 22. Boogie Watt. That name sounds so familiar. Every time you hear Jamaica, you think of that Total Drama song. How come you don't think of the movie How High? No, wait, no. Yeah, Half Baked, excuse me. What part of Jamaica you from? Right near the beach, boy! Adam Strange has probably never seen that movie. That's probably why. Anyways, we've got a race to go on to. Mandatory pit stops will be won. Green light, green, green, green. Away we go. The drivers look pretty squared away right now. Pretty nice and even. And Ricardo Rivera has a big old bump and bumps Cryothios off the track. And there's someone else off the track in the background. But that hip check for sure was not what was expected right away. And Cryothios able to regain position and into 4th place right now, back from Ricardo Rivera by a little bit of space here, about 8/10 separating the two drivers. Looks like Anthony Kelly is trying to get work done in right now, chasing around Eric the Boss Gagosian by about 3/10, and a lot of people trying to get around Eric the Boss Gagosian. Hip check there from Kronotis into Eric, and then a little bit of switchback. He tried to get underway, but couldn't quite do it there at Shell's Oil Corner. And the drivers are now heading into Knickerbrook. Getting things going right now. Max Power leads Ricardo Rivera by a little bit. And Dink Donk already with a 1.5 second gap. There goes Ricardo Rivera trying to make a look at Max Power. And on the inside line there at Druids, but wasn't really going to go for anything. Just trying to shake Max Power into a mistake. Closing down the gap in the braking zone on the AMG in front as it gets a little squirrely there and comes around for Deerleaf. And down the front straight we go. 2.3 second gap. That is insane. Dink Donk is just driving away with this one right now. He's definitely going to walk in and shake up this championship order by quite a bit. Unless that's a name that's been changed, I have not seen Dink Donk here before. Someone correct me in chat if anybody remembers a guy named Dink Donk. Not that I'm aware of, at least. Max Power leads Ricardo Rivera here. Battle for 2 and 3, still staying close with each other. Grumpy Geriatric Gamer, he's just your average alien. Yeah, seems about right. I want to see him and Ali Raza out on track together at the same time. Undercover Raccoons requested a fun fact as well. Fun fact about raccoons? How about a fun fact about the track as we get into a three-way battle right now? This is Potts Weaver leading Curtis Rustin and Anthony Kelly from FNM. Oh, he hangs around in Jardier's community? Oh, wow. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Guys here to just absolutely crush us. I'll give you a fun fact about raccoons. Do you know raccoons always wash their food off before they eat it? Something about their sense. I feel like everybody knows that. Like if you give a raccoon cotton candy, it'll just disappear on them. And they'll wonder what happened. That's sad. That's a sad fact. Don't give a raccoon cotton candy. A lot of action going on up and down the track. A lot of gaps we've got to keep an eye on right now. Here goes Chronotis getting chased down by Patrick Dubois, and Eric Acostian was the leader of this trio, but now he's off in the S's. And he's going to have a hard time getting back on track at the old hairpin. Potts Weaver right now, tucked in. Oh, about to get passed by, excuse me. Curtis Rustin trying to make a lunge in the AMR around the outside. Can't make anything happen at the second chicane. And getting squared away before Druids, no, not fortunately. Gotta give them Swedish Fish instead, yeah. That'd be nice for, whoa, there goes Anthony Kelly from FNM. Trying to make a move on the number 13 of Potts Weaver. Couldn't get one done on him, though. Made a big, scary lunge. Let's take a look at Ricardo Rivera and Max Power, as Cryothios is still in touch with these drivers. After an earlier hip check between Ricardo Rivera and Phil Cryothios, they're still managing to stay close to each other. Phil Cryothios has managed to do 134.3s, catching up to Ricardo Rivera's 134.7s. Take a look back down at Potts Weaver and Jaeger Karu very briefly. Jaeger Karu chasing down a guy named Boogie Watt. Here, the 920 chasing down the 410. You need to get back on track. You mean racing track, of course. Adam Strange. Oh, Potts Weaver and Anthony Kelly going side by side. Kelly goes through at the kink on Potts Weaver. That one changed so quickly you can barely keep an eye on him. Blink of an eye, Potts Weaver having a brief mistake, and there's another mistake right now as Dubois and Chronotis are about to go side by side, but Dubois backs out of that one, allows Chronotis to live another day. Here goes a move from Dubois on the inside line there at the second kink. And now they're going to go side by side all the way up into the second to last quarter. And there's a big lunge from Chronotis up the inside. And that'll tank slap Patrick Dubois into oblivion. Oh, Max Power having an incident. Let's take a look and see what happened to the 85. Side by side with Ricardo Rivera, goes off track there. And Ricardo Rivera is trying to pull a drag strip out of nowhere. And then a little bit of door banging there. It's almost exactly what we saw earlier in the race between him and Cryothios. Neil Kerbel chasing down Kay Moss, chasing down Alex Freeman. This trio battle for the top 10, 7, 6, and 5. Adam Strange requested a fun fact. I'll give you one. I get to pick this time. That's my rule, and I'm sticking to it. So the corner Knickerbrook was named because there was some demolition going on in the area, and a couple that was courting was seen running pretty much with their pants down from the area after they heard the first round of explosions. After further inspections from the demolition experts, they went over and they found a pair of ladies' knickers. Therefore, they decided to name the corner Knickerbrook. I'm not making that up. I cannot make this stuff up. Potts Weaver getting close to Anthony Kelly from F&M, trying to regain some position that was coming around. Oh, on a watch streak, Undercover Raccoon, gaining 450 liters of fuel. 5 in a row for you. Very nice. You must have been here for Simply Drive earlier today then. Neil Kerbel, Curtis Moss, Alex Freeman, we're on the tail of him right now. Alex Freeman leading this trio. I probably am the one that ruined your watch streak. I had like a 1-minute stream once upon a time that kind of ruined it for everybody. I apologize. Alex Freeman, Curtis Moss, Philip Suazo getting past Justin Brackett. Around Druids, or right before Druids, I should say. Taking a look at Curtis Moss one more time, chasing down Alex Freeman. Managed to get around Neil Kerbel in due fashion. And Dink Donk is driving away with it. He's got an 11-second gap on Ricardo Rivera already. Dink Donk leads Ricardo Rivera, Phil Cryothios, Max Power, Alex Freeman, K. Moss, and Neil Kerbel. Still one mandatory pit stop left in this race, folks. Let's go on board with Dink Donk real quick. And see how he's doing these stellar lap times. Best lap being a 1:32.1, last lap being a 33.7. Here we go, Deer Leap, and across the start-finish straight right now. Switching over to Curtis Moss for just a second to make sure we're not missing an opportunity here, but back over towards turn 3. Using all of the track space that's available for us. Bang the downshift and rev high, and he's pushing hard into the Shell's oil hairpin. Really well applied on throttle to make sure he pushes his way through and yeets it over the first chicane. And navigates the second one. What's up, Cool Dip? Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for being here. Doesn't even go after the orange pole there. Ooh, slight drift there. Knickerbrook. He will catch up to Aaron John at this rate of pace. Aaron John doing 1:43s that last lap around. And there's a lap around Oulton Park. What do I think about Mars? I love Mars. I'm doing all right, Cool Dip. Just enjoying the racing so far. We're in a pretty exciting race. What do I think about Mars? I think Mars is all right. I don't think it's a place that humans should go to colonize, that's for sure. I think it's a good testing ground, potentially, but I mean, we have the moon to do that with as well. But there's all that silica on the moon, so maybe that's not the greatest idea either. Silica is pretty toxic for humans, so it's not the best place to go. Fun fact about Jamaica. Jamaica is the tip of an underwater mountain that formed 25 million years ago as a result of the Caribbean and North American tectonic plates colliding. What is toxic radiation? Led my ex-girlfriend. Yeah. And Jamaica is home to the world's largest butterfly in the Western Hemisphere. Jamaica is awesome. Just saying, but I'm biased. Take a look at Cryotheos chasing down Ricardo Rivera again. Got a couple more battles that are out on track. Like Potts Weaver and Anthony Kelly from FNM still chasing each other down. We'll see a lot of overtaking here tonight at Oulton Park, unfortunately, just due to the nature of the circuit. Just hoping for a lot of mistakes from some of these drivers will be the causation of these overtakes. Shazam. Fun fact about Shazam. Now you're going to educate me. Is this on PC, says Sweet Sugar Balls. Yes, it is on PC. Shazam was the first superhero to get a live action movie back in 1941. But is it PC? But no, we are not PC. Taking a look at the order right now. And positions gained overall. Ricardo Rivera's up 1, Cryotheos is up 2, Max Power is down 2, K Moss up 1, Freeman's down 1, Kerbal and Perchowski started where they are finishing where they started, 7th and 8th. Darren Wicks is up 2, 2 for Curtis Rustin, 3 for Anthony Kelly. Potts Weaver's down 2, Suazo's up 4, Hirsch is down 5. Braquette's up 1, Patrick DeBoe's up 2, Gakassian's down 3 from where he started in 14th and now in 17th. Jaeger Caro's in 18th, up 4 positions. Buggy Watts up 2 positions overall. Aaron Johns down 1, Chronotis is down 6. And Gelson Cruz is up 1 overall. In the pits is Gelson Cruz, and on his way out right now is Professor Chronotis. Patrick Boudreau just lost a position to Eric Gakassian there. Well, I was doing all that jibber jabbing. Adam Strange, you must really like comics. You know a lot of facts about comics. Same for you, Undercover Raccoons. Do you discriminate against the Marvel versus DC, or are you just a fan of all comics in general? There goes Boogie Watt getting out of the way for the 3 leaders. Oh, Cryotheo is having a big wiggle there on exit of turn 1. Manages to keep the car collected and planted as he chases down Ricardo Rivera still. AMR leads Ferrari, leads McLaren. What's up, Josie? Thank you very much for being here, brother. Superman Clark Kent is the best. Of course. Of course he is. DC over Marvel, but both are good. Yeah. I was a big Spider-Man fan when I was a kid. I had a lot of Spider-Man comics that I was able to pick up for really cheap for about a quarter a piece. Full onboard lap with Neil Kerbel. Let's do it. Here goes Neil Kerbel. Whoa, just caught in the nick of the time. Alex Freeman having a mistake, and we're able to get past him with relative ease. Mason Perchowski in the Dunkin' Donuts car in the rearview mirror, filling it up. Good call there, Josie. Here we're coming through the second to last corner. And Neil Kerbel disconnected from the server. Nope, he's still here. Strange. It acted like he was. That scared me for a second. Neil Kerbel about to get the commentary curse as we ride on board with him. As he's coming through Cascades, Lakeside, and the Island Bend and into Shell's Oil Corner. He's doing all right. Coming through Britain's now. The chicane. He's got Buggy Watt in front of him. Buggy Watt not taking his pit stop already. This is a back marker. You will see blue flags in just a few moments. Coming through the second chicane of Hillslop. And now through Knickerbrook. And Buggy Watt does a good job of staying out of the way. But of course, you're talking about Carson Cass, right? Not Cassandra Cain. The only Cass in my heart that really matters. R.I.P. Carson. We still miss you dearly. Teared up a little bit thinking about Carson Cass. It's like I can hear him sometimes. Someone told me that I could still hear him on Rocket League streams sometimes. I don't know. Can we see FNM livery? Yeah, sure we can. You know, there's a CRX Shane. Hopefully you like CRXs, of course. I own a 1990 Honda CRX for that matter. Anthony Kelly from FNM. Chasing down Potts Weaver as they both dip a wheel off into the grass. You know, CRX Shane, you've got to submit some points for that, by the way. Livery Deep Dive is a channel point redemption. I don't know if I could give it away for free. I'll give you a little peek. Ooh, what color is yours? Mine's Del Rio Red, of course. The Fear Nothing Moto livery of Anthony Kelly. I let him have it, Adam Strange. I let him have it. Indigo blue. All right, all right, all right. Just making sure that you didn't steal my CRX when I wasn't looking. Mine has a ZC swap in it. So rather than producing like 125 horsepower, it produces like a whopping 150. 5-speed, of course. Has AC in it. Hydrate, thank you very much. From a very average-sized water bottle, by the way. No ginormous 1 gallon sized water bottles for me. Oh, turbo GSR swap. Now that's crazy. I want to do a K20 swap eventually. K20 swap or do a full EV conversion. Phil Crayothios into the pits, Dink Donks into the pits, Ricardo Rivera's into the pits. Everybody's splitting this one down the middle. Probably taking tires. I see a lot of drivers are opting for them. Patrick Dubois did not. It was with a 28-second stationary, it looks like. And Philip Suazo also with a option to not take tires, it looks like. What'd you think of the songs that we recommended? Lando Norris fan. I'm sorry, Adam Strange. We added 3 songs the last time we talked. Ooh, glad you thought so. Glad you thought so. But I mean, what about the 2 that I recommended then? The 2 that you absolutely had no idea. Kiss from a Rose? That's such a good song. There used to be a grand tower above on the sea, but you remain the light in the dark side of me. But did you know that when it snows, my eyes become alive and the light that you shine can be. Darren Wicks and Neil Kerbel side by side as they enter into turn 2. Baby, I can be a kiss from a rose on the sea. Ooh, the more I get of you, stranger. See, I can do 2 things at once. I was focusing. I saw that battle coming. Half the people have left the stream. And I've also attracted a different half of viewers. Whoa, Patrick Dubois. I mean, not Patrick Dubois, excuse me, Neil Kerbel. Going over that curve very aggressively compared to Darren Wicks in that Porsche. He must have that ride height adjusted very well to be able to go over that one very smoothly. Potts Weaver is now into the pits, and Dink Donk has just got around him. I got fly problems again. You see that one? You see that one rolling around on my headset right now? I'm not going to smack my head again. Or will I? I'm just trying to keep the fly surprised. Damn it. I missed. I dipped when I should have dodged. Darn flies. Don't they know they should not bother me? Potts Weaver is into the pits, tumbling down the order right now, sitting in P10. Thank you very much, everybody, for entertaining me throughout this race. This has been a fun one to be a part of. Unfortunately, not a lot of action here at Oulton Park. Fastest lap so far is a 132.4, and that's from our boy Dink Donk, the esports level driver. I want to get the Bug Assault, a little salt blaster for flies. That way I can just sit in my desk and shoot flies all day long. Adam Strange requested a fun fact. Did you know that... Who was it? What famous boxer was it? Joe Louis put on several exhibition bouts here at Oulton Park during World War II. So Oulton Park, I guess, used to be an actual park. So it was an estate first, then turned into a park after World War II because it was a staging ground like most racetracks ended up being. And so after World War II, they built this park here, and then they evolved it into a motorsports area. Ooh, fun fact about a black hole in the center of the galaxy? Ooh, I don't know one. I want to know one now. Track facts will do? All right, you got your track fact. Oulton Park is a beautiful landscape. Beautiful lake in the middle. Old Oulton Lake. I don't know if that's what it's called. That's what I just started calling it right now. So don't take that as a fun fact. But we will call it Oulton Lake in Cheshire, England. 17 corners, 6 to the left, 11 to the right. Obviously in a clockwise rotation. 144 feet of elevation change, regardless of what you feel like in these cars. There is 141 feet of elevation change in these undulating turns. I haven't seen any news about the mini moon. I've been keeping my eye out. Haven't seen anything pop up on Reddit. Nothing's popped up on my Google story of the day. Nothing. I haven't seen nothing about the mini moon. The only people I haven't contacted are my local astrology club. Astronomy? Astrology. Astronomy club. I don't need to know my horoscope. I need to know about the stars and stuff, man. I was even out at a campsite a couple nights ago, last weekend, and I pulled out my stargazing app looking for this little mini moon to see if I could see it. Didn't see it anywhere on the stargazing app. So I wonder if it's just not updated or it's just so small that you can't even see it. I did see a couple shooting stars though. That was cool. Maybe they're coming off the little mini moon. Have you seen it yet? Oh, it comes on Sunday? Oh, my little baby moon. Time to go fishing, I bet. Despite what they say about it not having an effect, it's going to have an effect. We know it's going to have an effect. It's got to do something. We've got like 4-second gaps, 2.5-second gaps right now. Chat, you're the best thing that ever happened to me on nights like this. Here's a black hole fact. Give it to me, baby. The black hole located at the center of our galaxy is called Sagittarius A. It is a supermassive black hole situated at the constellation Sagittarius, approximately 26,000 light years away from Earth. Now that is a fun fact. Now, have we figured out how to travel at the speed of light yet? I mean, I think theoretically we understand how to do so. You know, put everything in a vacuum and call it a day. There goes Justin Brackett off the racing line. Oh, he's got significant damage. Let's see what happened to the number 6. Oh, this is so long ago. He ran into a wall for sure. That car might have some radiator damage, folks. That car may have some radiator damage. I'm not a race engineer, but I think that car has got some significant damage. And Justin Brackett's going to want to come into the pits potentially. Fix that car, or maybe not. Patrick Dubois getting chased down by Anthony Kelly from Fear Nothing Moto in the number 7. Hyperspace is just when you hit space 2 times instead of 1 time. That's what hyperspace is. It's how you cheat on your essays. Nobody will notice. How do you feel about EP8's usage of weaponized hyperspace travel? Who's EP8? Episode 8's usage of weaponized hyperspace travel. Oh, Oh, now I track it. Now I'm tracking. I mean, if we think about it, like Battlestar Galactica had some of the best use of weaponized hyperspace travel with their FTL drives, like warping right into the front of a Cylon base ship, or potentially warping from the surface of a planet back out into space, or even jumping from inside of a ship. Oh. Jaeger Caro seemingly having an incident there, and Chronotis and him going after it. Chronotis trying to cover it off. Curtis Rustin trying to get through on Chronotis right now. Damn, is Saagar uncultured? Close one, huh? Josie? Oh, that was a close one. $232 before the Battle of Yavin? Ooh, yeah, no, you've got me. Send a link, Joe. Send a link. Give us some deets on it. Educate us all. 9:51 left in this race. Kelly's chasing down Dubois still. Battle still raging on pretty closely after the past 40 minutes of racing. Oh, there goes Chronotis going off the track, letting Potts Weaver by, but Chronotis is back in 18th position. He's really got no one to battle with. He's 40 seconds off the drift of Jaeger Caro and Brackett. What's up, Mr. Rue? Welcome to the stream. We're discussing sci-fi stuff. If that piques your interest, feel free to hang around. If you're here for racing, then I don't know about that. Would give you an onboard lap, but how about a rear wing lap? Can we see the Freeman-Wicks fight? They're about a second apart right now. This is one of the closer ones out there. Ooh, Suazo had a big off. Let's see if we can get a look at what happened to the 213. Two and three coming around Druids. Everything seems okay right now, but obviously things are going to end in disaster in about 3 seconds. And there it is, just on the brakes. The 213 got bumped in the rump, spun around, and that'll be the end of the 213's race. Let's go back over to, I think it was Patrick Dubois who we were requesting onboards with. Whoa, Patrick Dubois. There's the battle gone wrong. And there's going to be Anthony Kelly up the inside line in just a second. and he's able to go through there. Wow. That was crazy tank slapper. Whoa, and there goes Anthony Kelly off the track and goes back into the, whoa. And, is he stuck in the air? He's not stuck in the air, but his car's got, tons of damage. That's for sure. Let's go over to K Moss and Max Power. And not watch some things. Let me catch back up on chat really quickly. Mr. Rudy and the Hydrate, thank you very much, Mr. Rue. That was a tragic end for sure. Here's the Alex Freeman Darren Wicks battle right now. Livery deep dive into Jaeger Karu was also bought and paid for. Here's Jaeger Karu's beautiful livery. I love the metallic accents. A little bit of glitter speckled in there. Nice looking livery for sure. There's the Freeman Wicks battle, now separated by more than a few seconds, 2.8. Let's check out Potts Weaver and Curtis Ruskin real quick. Got the hydrate taken care of, got the livery taken care of. I got the fun fact. Ooh, the fun fact. Let's see if I can grab a fun fact about... Whoa, there goes Aaron John going off the track. The 256 having a little bit of excursion. And into a wall for the 256. Fun facts about Jedi Master Naomi Sunrider. The family married Jedi Knight Endor Sunrider, and they had a daughter named Vima. Jedi training trained under Jedi Master Thorn. Led a Jedi relief mission to Onderon during the Freedom Nad Uprising. The Great Sith War participated in the Great Sith War against Exar Kun and Ulic Queldroma. Severing Queldroma from the Force, use their powers to permanently sever Queldroma from the Force after witnessing him kill his brother. Wow. Wowza. Wowza, wowza, wowza. She's pretty BA. Max Power getting chased down by K Moss. She was indeed, as the kids say these days, slaying. Oh, Mason Perchowski having an incident, though. Let's see if we can find out what happened to the number 10. Oh, just touched the inside curb, and then has a bit of a moment and almost collides with the barriers in the runoff area, but does not do so, thank goodness. As I say, almost only counts for grenades and horseshoes, my friends. It's the only time you can almost hit something and it still counts as a win. Oulton Park and AC is stupid fun, I bet. So is, what's that other British track that they race British superbikes on? The one with the jump? Oh, it's gonna drive me nuts. Oh, it's gonna drive me nuts. Not by Carnegie. That's somewhere else. No, there's a British superbike track. No, not where they race on the streets. It's like it's literally a jump. It's a track where there's a jump into a chicane. And you'll jump in like a GT car or even like a street going car. It's crazy. Closest battle out on track. We're on board with K-Moss right now and Max Power. This is going to be the race win for Dink Donk and the 277. Like you said, by about a quarter of a lap. He's 30 seconds ahead of Ricardo Rivera right now. What's up, Disco Jaden? Did I get anything? No, not yet. I'm waiting for my paycheck on the 1st. Sorry. Oh, Dink Donk has finished the race in P1. Crosses the line, does a nice pirouette to hit it off. Ricardo Rivera is about 28.5 seconds adrift. We can still watch this battle before Ricardo Rivera crosses the line. Give me a suggestion. I was thinking about getting the strawberries and cream one. And then also, I think there was like a snickerdoodle variety of one. Ricardo Rivera takes home P2. Cryothios is going to walk away in P3, even after having his hip checked at turn 1, lap 1. Max Power in 4th place, battling it out with K-Moss to the line. Battle for 4th and 5th still continued. 2/10 separating them just as we got to the line. Alex Freeman is going to take home 6th. Darren Wicks is going to bring home 7th. Curtis Rustin in 8th. Potts Weaver in 9th. Mason Pierchowski in 10th. Kakasian in 11th. Kyle Hirsch in 12th. Justin Brackett in 13th. Professor Kanotis in 14th place. Jager Caro in 15th. Philip Suazo in 16th. Buggy Watt in 17th. Patrick Dubois in 18th. Anthony Kelly from FNM is in the pits to finish it off. And I think that's going to finish it off for the stream as well. Interviews, Dink Donk, Ricardo Rivera, Phil Cryothios. If you guys want to interview, head on down to the green room and I'll be able to grab you guys and come in for an interview. Nobody's coming down to the green room. We might have to end the stream, folks. Or we can still talk about kettle corn for a little bit. Kettle corn is good for the movie theater. Is good because the caramel corn is to die for, and that's what I have and had, but the sneakers sounds good. Yeah, the Snickers one sounds good. The strawberries and cream one sounds good. And I think there was another one that was like cinnamon toast crunch or something like that. And that's the one that I wanted to grab. That one sounded pretty good too. Mr. Who says the street race is the most dangerous race in the world. Bikes are close to hitting off the walls and they hit a lot of roads that have bumps and get the air. Oh yeah, those are pretty nasty as well. Here comes Dink Donk, our race winner. Let's drag him up to the booth. Mr. Dink Donk, are you there, sir?
Hello. Yes, how are you?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm very well. I saw that you guys were doing Oulton Park, and I took a long lunch break just to drive the track.
Nice. Well, welcome. You haven't been driving with Tracklicious before, I don't think, or I haven't seen you in my time here at Tracklicious. So why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm a sweaty nerd who spends way too much time playing ACC because I enjoy it. And yep, that's pretty much it.
Well, right on. Well, then for a sweaty nerd, I expected you to win by a little bit more than 30 seconds then, but that was about your lead for the end of this race. How did you manage to get those times in? You know, what is, I ask a lot of these fast drivers a lot, what is the secret sauce to getting super fast in ACC? It's easy to find the brake markers, but what is it that separates you from a guy like Ricardo Rivera, Ali Raza, and of the likes? You know, how do you get to that level?
To be fair, I'm certainly on no level above anyone else. I honestly have a load of hours in this track. It's my favorite track, so that's pretty much the only reason why I'm decent at this track, but I'm horrible at many others.
Well, you did pretty blazing laps. I think you were down in the 132s for most of this race, if not doing better than that. You're pretty fast out here. How did you feel in the qualifying session, it being in the dark versus the race time being in the daylight?
Yeah, I couldn't see anything, so that was good. It was a big adjustment, to be honest. I signed up and I'm like, oh, good, it'll be in the sunlight, and then I joined the server and it was dark, and deep despair rolled over me as I looked out into the darkness.
Well, you seemingly did pretty well nonetheless. Before we let you go, is there anybody that you want to thank or anything about your race that you want to talk to us about?
That was really good. The blue flags are great. Thank you very much for Trackalicious for hosting these things, and hopefully I didn't get in anyone's way or disrupt the championship or anything.
You ruined it. Now the championship is ruined thanks to you. No, you're absolutely fine. Hopefully you're here next week. Will you join up for any of the other Tracklicious events, Mr. Dink Donk?
Depends on the track. I usually just sign up if I enjoy the tracks. If I don't like them, I don't bother. If, as terrible as that sounds, hopefully that's not offensive.
No. It's completely reasonable. Well, thank you very much for participating. I'm going to let you go. We're going to close out the stream. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. It was a joy to watch you go around and try to analyze some of the things that you're doing that are different than other drivers. So please feel free, welcome to come back anytime, Mr. Donk.
Thank you very much. Have a great night.
Night for me, day for you, I'm sure.
Yes, I should probably go back to work. Have a good one.
You too. Take care. Bye. That was Mr. Dink Donk himself. Thank you very much for joining me in the broadcast booth for just a few moments to give us a little bit of analysis on how you got things done. Let's take a quick look at the calendar one more time before we get this thing off and under wraps for tonight. Don't forget, this Sunday, we're going to have our GT3 championship coming up. We're going to be racing at Kyalami on the 29th for our 80-minute endurance race. And then we've got our special event, Spooky Suzuki, a 45-minute sprint, the Sun Sprint at Zandvoort, and then Flooded Silverstone on November 6th. We've got our GT4 Rookies Championship and our GT4 Open on Mondays. Go ahead and feel free to sign up for those. And as well as watch our track guides that we have that are posted every Tuesday with Amadeo Castorino. He is a professional level driver for SRO Motorsports, and he takes a lot of time out of his day to give us a little bit of insight on how to negotiate these tracks very well in a GT4 car. NASCAR Truck Series and iRacing on Tuesdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this week we're going to be at the Charlotte Speedway. and that just concluded. And then this week we're going to be at VIR for the GT4 iRacing Championship on Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you liked what you see, feel free to come join us for the West Coast Wednesday Showdowns. This Wednesday coming up, we're going to be at COTA at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's going to wrap it up for us tonight, folks. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for hanging out. Thank you to Adam Strange, Mr. Rude, Disco Jaden, Jumping Geriatric Gamer. Of course, we have the Undercover Raccoons. Thank you, Josie, for being here. Thank you very much. If I missed you, a lot of the YouTubers were here as well. Limelight, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for hanging out. You guys are a pleasure to have with me in the booth. As always, please stay safe and have a wonderful night. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.